Hello guys, this is Car Mechanic Simulator Complete Edition 2014. We're going to play this for about half an hour, 45 minutes or so I do believe. I'm not taking time of this, but we're going to play it just to have a look at it because I have Car Mechanic Simulator 2015 and I'd like just for you guys to be able to see the difference between them instead of just going, well, 14 cheaper, it's all that it's going to be worse. Because there's quite a lot of differences between them. So let's get into it here. I do believe we have to create a profile before we can press play. Trash that one. New profile. DDHHGGOWW. Save. Play. So we are going to play Korea and see what this is about, because I've played the game. You see my save game there. I've also played 2015. It's just was sad. Left mouse keys. Let's go turn radio on. Turn it on. Turn it off before we get a copyright strike. Go over here to lift up. Lift down. Done that. Have a drink of my water. That's refreshing. Replace the front brake pads. Check the front brake discs. Wheels off. Only front wheels, we don't need to bother with backwards because it's only front he wants us to look at. Let's take that out, take that one out, take the pads off. Disc brake, Q&E to zoom. What's that? There we go. Examine this. 63%. Probably don't need changing. Let's remind it of yeah, let's turn that off. Still don't think it's off. I've put it in assemble mode by accident. Let's take the wheel off. Hopefully there's no copyright music in this. Let's take this caliper off. Whoops. This is the caliper. Take that guy off. Let's check condition of brake pad. Disc brake. Disc. Yeah. Disc. Goodness. Let's run onto computer. Go into car part shop. Scroll down. Scroll down. Brake pad, we're going to need 4, 2, 3, and 4. That's right. So now, go back over here, press here. Yep, we know all this. We're going to assemble, disassemble mode, which is actually assemble mode, it's just to toggle between them. A brand new brake pad there. There we go, managed to get it. Put this guy back on. And put wheel back on. Oops, that's that side done. Let's run around to the other side. That music's actually quite loud in my ears and I can't turn it down. So once again I do apologise if my voice is quiet, guys. Put that on, let's put a brake caliper on. There we go. Oh, there we go. Let's put the wheel back on. then we should be able to stamp this guy finished. Order, 2 ticks here, repaired. Proceed to the next order. Yes, we will. So as you can see guys, simple game. Get a car, check it apart, you fix it. Replace air filter, oil filter and the fuel filter. Whoops. Pop bonnet. Inspect engine. Take this one off. Whoops. This guy off. This guy off. And the air filter is under this guy. So there's air filter. We'll check that guy off. Oil filter is under this black cap. Whoops. It's a little bit tricky to press sometimes. There's oil filter, and then fuel filter. If we can lift this up. Is right there. So we need to buy a fuel filter, an air filter, and an oil filter. Air filter, buy one of them guys, yes please. Fuel filter, buy one of them guys, yes please. And oil filter, buy one of them, yes please. Let's get back under the car. Assemble mode, we'll put this guy back on first. Lower lift. Let's put back under here, we'll put the air filter back in first. Need the top back on. Put this guy on. So the game, I think, is very nice in showing you like a shadowed overlay of the next part to go on. So if you're not quite sure, it's easy to find sometimes. Sometimes if it's in a weird spot it can be quite difficult. Like that one. That's oil filter we're doing. That little black cap back on, and that is it. We can call this guy done. Yep, 3 ticks. There we are. So there's that filter done. What we've got to do on this one: perform a test drive, replace all worn out parts. That's not how we do a test drive. We've actually got to run to door. No. Sorry about that guys, I actually just rolled over something on my chair and I had to, it was annoying the heck out of me. Let's be honest, these engine sounds aren't very nice. and stop in the red square. That's it, test drive done. So we're back in garage now. Let's turn this guy on. Look for some more of that parts. So we've got 2 here. If we've got any on the other side that we can spot, and 1 on that side. So let's start taking it apart, and we can keep it in this mode while we're taking it apart, which is quite nice because if you forget or you're not quite sure, it makes it a lot easier. Take the brake pads off. Actually, I don't think we need to. I think we might be able to access this without taking it off. Indeed we can. So tie rod end and sway bar end link left. So let's go order parts. Car parts shop. We need where is it? Outer tie rod. And a sway bar link left and a sway bar link right. So before you start complaining, that is the part that we've seen on this side, is the sway bar, which is why I bought 2, 1 for each side. So now we should be able to get to that guy. Like so. Then change it into assemble mode. Put the new one on. Put the bolts back in. Put the wheel back on. Whoops, that's that side done. This side's going to take a little bit more because we took too much off. This tie rod end. That sway bar. There we go. Now let's put the brake pad back on and the brake caliper. As you saw there with brake pads, I have got the old ones that I took off that other car in the inventory because we can sell them to create a little bit extra money, or we can try and repair certain items on this repair bench, which is, I think, is quite nice. There we go, done. So that's that car done. What else we got? What's this one? Perform an OBD scan. We're jumping car for this. Have a seat. OBD link check. System initiated. Reading EER-ROM. Checking errors. Finalizing. Done. So that's it, we did that one. Well, what's next, guys? Something interesting. Repair starter. So we should have to access the starter from the underneath of the car. There it is. Then no, we don't. Which I'm finding a little bit weird because it's a backer engine, so it'd be kinda difficult to get at it from top of engine. There we go. So now we go to his repair table. This is what we're talking about. We've been able to repair some things. So $94 US to repair the starter motor. I'm not sure how much he paid us for this job, but we will have a look in a moment. And that's it. So he paid us $100. We made $6 on that, but at least it didn't cost us more than it should have. And I'm assuming that that's kind of a little bit of a tutorial bit. Perform a test drive, replace all damaged parts. Might be gone on this one. Oh, I think steering might be gone. That steering was not nice then. Actually, I'm not sure. I think it's the clutch. Well, I'm expecting to change gears. But that steering did not feel good at all. I was turning left. I'm not sure if that was just a bug in the game or what. Let's actually have a look what the lady said to us. I assume it's the lady's car, but God knows. So let's have a look at the order. Shifting gears is much harder than it should be. There's probably something wrong with the clutch. So they want the clutch replacing by the sounds of things. But everything looks fine. Look at gearbox off from top of the engine as well. That can't be right. We do. I have to take the starter motor off. And then wheels off. And we might sneakily be able to get drive shaft off. Yep, indeed we can. And same on the other wheel. That was as far as I could look down. This is why I had to take a few steps backwards to do that. Don't know why I can't look all the way down to the bottom of the screen. But now well, take this drive shaft off as well. There we go. Gearbox off now. There's the gearbox. This should be clutch pressure plate. Oh, we've got to take that a little bit off first. Clutch release bearing or something. Oh dear. And then clutch itself. Let's go buy new ones. So no surge box. No. Unfortunately there's not. Clutch release bearing. Yep. Clutch friction plate. Yep. And that, I believe, was all we need. So if we change it into assemble mode. Whoops. Go back guy on. Put that guy on. Put these bolts in. There we go, put this little bit on. Clutch release bearing. Put this guy in. Ideally we'd be filling gearbox up with gearbox oil as well. But apparently, yeah, it doesn't have it. We're going to put starter motor back on if we can spin right way around here. Just so we don't have to go under bonnet again. It's starter. There's that guy, there's that guy. Let's get from under bonnet. Lift. Do we have to lift the car up actually? I think we do. Spin. Right, mouse. Doesn't really wheel. Drive back to the left, put that guy back on, put the big bolt back in. Put wheel back on. Put these bolts back in. Good, that's one side done. Oops. Let's do the same with this side. Put this guy back in. Put wheel back on. Put these nuts back in. Bolts back in, sorry. That's it, car done. Proceed to the next order, please. Replace the battery, check the alternator. So yeah, let's go for engine inspect. Just pull battery out because apparently it's not connected with any terminals. Alternator's here. We should be able to magnify it. Apparently not. We can do belt. We can do this belt. We can do pulley. We can do water pump. We can do other tensioner. But for some reason can't do that. Maybe. We'll just take it off. There we go. We just ripped it off. Let's fix the alternator. Yeah. Even though it's probably not going to want us to do that. And the game's going to be a baby about it. We also need a new battery. 350. Quite expensive for a battery, never paid that. Assemble mode, so let's put alternator back on. Put these bolts back in, ideally it would be a nut and bolt, but apparently 2 bolts. Let's put 2, whoops, do that. Battery. Put this good battery on. Oh, sorry, that's it. Indeed. Paid us $1,000, so it's not too bad. We actually made money there. But that, guys, I think is going to be it for this game. Because quite honestly, I'm getting a little bit fed up with it. The controls are a little bit jittery. It does play at about around 30 frames per second most of the time, but in any case, I thank you all for watching, and goodbye.